All right, so it's been a pretty long night. I've been trying to get this back together. I just published that last video. The problem I had was one of my cells actually did a nice long run. I'll show you some clips. I got the bike all back together. I've made some panels, some carbon panels for the side. I also have my 12 volt charger in there. Basically, I thought I had a charging problem, but the battery was dead. So these go up on here. I've also made this pretty sweet front light setup. It's all 3D print PETG and a carbon fiber number plate, just to kind of round it off. Yeah, let's check it out. Bike on, secret button. Not so secret anymore. Yes, dude. Amber. I hope they're bright enough. They're from a Fisker. They're actually like the blinkers, so hopefully they can run non-stop without blowing up, but we'll see. We'll find out. They do have these heat sinks on the back, so hopefully that's enough. They pull like 5 amps, so they're pretty strong. I haven't hooked up a high-low beam on it yet, but right now I'm just going to get the rear tail light together, which looks pretty sweet. So a little underglow under the hoop. And then I'll take it out for some test drives, check out the range, check out the performance, and yeah, it's going to be exciting. So I'm pretty pumped. I'll take you guys along for a ride on that one. Gosh dang it. I'm getting some sort of intermittent 12 volt going on here, so I'm gonna have to head back. I don't know what it is, but it just seems to cut out under acceleration. I had it 3 times so far, so let's see if I can make it back. Just cut out. It's back on though. Cut out again. Cut out again. Cut out again. Come on, baby. Can we make it up the hill, or do I have to push it? Fastest speed 50 miles an hour, average speed 20 miles an hour, altitude 500 feet. Geez. Distance traveled 1.7 miles, so I gotta fix that, whatever the problem is. Okay, I think I found it. There's this wire right here. When I just turned the bike on, that sparked. I think it blew the fuse though, so it's probably fixed itself. I'll take the fuse out, remove 12 volts from there, I'll put the seat back on. It did seem to like just kind of correlate with me like bouncing on the seat. So that's kind of cool. We don't need that. That's just the tail light, and it's not even hooked up right now. So we still have headlight, which I tried. Let's put it back together and let's go for a little ride still. Again. Feels good. There's a little bit of a wah happening. Don't know what that is. A lot of chain noise, a lot of wind noise. Motor sounds pretty healthy. I have no clue where I'm going. I'll turn around before I go back down this hill. I haven't gotten any more 12-volt cutouts yet, so that's good news. Ooh, she got some pickup. Fun. I want to be able to open her up a little bit without fear of getting stuck somewhere. Alright, let's give her some juice right here and see what happens. 108.5. Full throttle. Definitely need to find a better way to hold this voltmeter in place. Maybe some Velcro or dual lock. A lot of this is all downhill, so I'm just coasting right now. I don't have any regen yet. I have to hook that up to a brake switch. One thing I don't like about this Kelly controller is it's like speed or voltage based. So when you already have speed, you need to add more. You don't just give it a little bit of throttle, you gotta catch the throttle back up to the speed. So it's kind of like if you're already going fast, you gotta keep pushing the throttle farther, and there's nothing until there's something. Shit, come on. I don't have any mirrors. I don't want to look back and look suspicious. This bike's not even titled yet, so that's kind of not convenient. We'll find out, I guess. Nothing. Nothing yet. But we'll do a little hill climb here. See how the voltage does, see if the 12 volt cuts out. Ooh, that's fun. Good maneuverability. The headset's a little loose. I think that's my tolerance on the bearing cup, so I gotta fix that. We're cruising. Really weird with no clutch and no shifting. Feels like the bike's just gonna keep revving out. Like riding a leader bike in first gear the whole way. That's slower. We're at 106, that's 4 volts for this trip so far. We'll do a rough range calculation at the end of this based on a linear interpolation of SOC from total battery voltage at rest. Back road traffic. Motor performance. Oh my god, you're going so slow. Massive. It's so weird just sitting here at the stoplight. I feel like a pedestrian. Just standing here, there's no noise, no idling. Didn't have to throw up neutral, don't have to pull the clutch. I'm gonna wait for a big clearing, so that way I'm not stuck with some sort of throttle problem or something, and then that's pretty good. Alright, that's it. Now we're back on the back road. Okay, I just did some maths, and it looks like we did 12 1/3 miles from 111 volts to 103. If we make a linear assumption from 4.1 to 2.8, which isn't real, it's close. It's saying that we got 60-mile range, and that's at 30 miles per hour, which is pretty good. So if I got up to 60 miles per hour, I'd probably dump down to like 40 or even 35. But that's pretty rad. Honestly, I wasn't expecting this thing to do anything crazy. It's around town, or I want to put a little like surf rack or something on it, you know, and basically make it just something fun. So that's a successful run. It's not a real range number. I really have to do some like real life 2-hour-long testing to get that 60-mile range, but I believe it. I'd say 50 to 60-mile range. Pretty rad. Give you a little rundown. We got some loose wires, probably one 12-volt cutout, but maybe the wire's in there and it's doing just fine. I'll tidy everything up. Right now, I'm gonna go celebrate with a White Claw or a tequila. It's Friday too. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a tequila and then I'm gonna work on this mold, because that's what I was doing still. I got the PVA on it, and next up I got all this stuff done. I'm gonna lay a mold over this, so that's the perfect thing to do on a Friday. Come join me. Okay, I'm gonna spin this bad boy around. This is the black thing I showed you in the last video. This is actually gonna be the dash. Seat's gonna come back from here, handlebars go up here. I've decided that since this is an electric vehicle, it might be pretty easy to do some really cool infographic stuff. And I have a buddy who's like super into this stuff, so he's giving me some sensors and some other stuff, and we're gonna try and integrate that into this vehicle. So this right here is a screen for your map, and this will be basically just like your normal app, like Google Maps or whatever you want to put in there. Touchscreen, dingledary guy. Probably not completely IP67, but probably pretty rain resistant. This will be a Raspberry Pi screen, probably with a polycarbonate mask over the front, and this is going to be our digital dash. It's going to run on CAN bus, which is output from the Kelly controller. Kelly? Do I have a Kelly? Yeah, from the Kelly controller. Oh my god, I got too many projects going on. I can't remember which one I'm working on. This is going to have a cool little like retro sweeping amp gauge, miles per hour, battery life, voltage maybe, something like that. Something pretty basic. So this is kind of the dash. I was talking about putting a gas tank on there, but I literally tried. I don't know if I need footage of it, but I tried. But this whole front area where the frame comes in, the handlebar clearance is so tight that I had to like pocket. And I started cutting up a lot of material, and I was kind of like, man, I got to pocket this, and like handlebar mounts, and then like the controls were hitting it, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to do something cool, because it's electric, I can do all this stuff. So I've started to sand up this 3D printed piece. I actually stacked it on, well, you can't see it. I stacked this on 2 pieces of purple foam, so to add 2 inches. And I'm going to basically sand this down with 220 grit sandpaper. I've already done a little bit. I got some other spots. I'm not going to go nuts or anything. All this is going to be cut out, so I'm leaving that. And then I'm going to lay up a fiberglass mold over the top of this. I'm going to peel that off, lay some carbon fiber and some epoxy, and probably get a cool little shell that matches this guy. If none of that works, I'll just 3D print a hollow version of this and I'll wrap it in carbon, and I'm probably going to paint it anyway. The carbon's just to make it stiff, and I have a ton of it left over from the Streamliner project. If you haven't seen those videos, go back. And it's on pause, by the way, because it's been raining and snowing, and I haven't gotten a chance to go out in like 2 years. I'm itching. Side note. Okay, back to it. Okay, we got the paste wax pretty much on there. I'm going to paint this with some PVA. This is also Rexco, part all film number 10. Apparently, I don't know what's so bad about 8 and 9, but mix up, put it in the cup, brush it on. Absolutely fine. We're going to drip coat this whole thing when it's done, so it's not like we're going to be worried about the finish. This will just give us another layer of protection. I think this is alcohol based, and it basically makes a film on it that allows you to basically makes a film that's an additional barrier to keep it from sticking. So sometimes it doesn't really work that well when you paste wax the whole thing, but double protection, double bagging it. We don't want any mistakes on this one. I am not a pro at this. Not even an amateur. I've literally done like 3 molds in my life. I watched this guy Jack Costello do it one time though, and he was a pro. But I didn't learn anything from him. Actually, I learned a lot from him. He's an awesome dude. R.I.P. Jack, I miss you. Okay. That's that. I didn't read any instructions, so let's see how long this is going to take. Caution, don't drink. 35 to 45 minutes per flow coat. Okay, I let it sit overnight. It said 30 minutes to let the PVA dry, but I just let it sit overnight. And tonight, I'm going to go to work right now, but tonight I'm going to lay this up with fiberglass. And while it was drying, I got some core mat cut, and I also got some fiberglass cut. And yeah, we should just use these scraps. We're just going to cover the whole entire thing. And we'll go from there. It's actually almost 100 degrees today, so I'm just going to put it out in the sun for the rest of the day to cure. And then later on I'll try and knock this bad boy off. Should be okay because we waxed it, but we'll see. Maybe I should knock it off now. Yeah, let's try that. Gotta pop this guy out next. So we'll clean up these edges. I'll probably tear some of this foam out, and then we'll see if we can pop the shell off. see if we can pry over here and get it to pop out. Sick. Oh, yes. All the PVA came off. Look at that mold. Not bad. Oh, air pocket there. Air pocket there. Probably not going to leave it raw carbon. So, if we have some like anomalies that are showing up, I can pretty much sand those out. Man, big air pockets in these corners. I was hoping to just smash it with epoxy. I should have used Cabasil to fill the corners first, but it is what it is. Nice and sturdy. I'm going to let it sit for a couple more days. Wow, that's hot from being in the sun. I'm going to let it sit for a couple more days, and then I'll probably try and make a part out of it. I'm going to trim all these flanges and stuff. Cool.